yeah. Alrighty, I know I don't own the rights to that music. But the band I'm going to cover today does. Oh, man. For those of you who weren't there, you missed out. Every time I see these guys live, it gets better and better every time. Holy shit. Welcome back. We're here for season 2, episode 17. So that means we're all the way up to episode 42 overall. And yes, on February 18th, 2024, a couple days ago, Sunday night, we seen Tool. I took my son Jet with me. That was one of his Christmas presents, was a Tool ticket. Last night of the North American tour, we were at T-Mobile. When it holds right around 20,000 people. And I didn't see a whole lot of empty seats. I didn't see any empty seats really, unless when people got up to go take a piss or go get a drink. But I couldn't, it's hard to see every single seat, of course, in that big arena, but there were a lot of people there. The merch lines were out of control. So I got this shirt in a different way. Some guy was selling them on the side. Said, you could skip the line, come to me. Save you some money, too. So, I bought a shirt. So, bought this shirt. And then I thought about it, and I said, we still got more rockin' to do, bitch. I kind of threw it in at you. You weren't ready for that one. Real quick, though, before I get too deep into this review, I need to make a correction. Last week, I said that the new Black Crowes album that's getting ready to come out is called Wanting and Waiting. That's a mistake. Now, the song it was called that, the song itself, and I thought it was the title track. I misunderstood what was being said on stage by Chris Robinson that night. I misunderstood what he said, and the new album is actually going to be called Happiness Bastards. So that's kind of a better title anyway for an album. So I'm glad I got that wrong. So I can correct it for you here today. And sorry about that. Like I said, my mistake. That was me. That was my bad. I should have researched that maybe a little better. Like I said, I could have sworn he said what I thought he said. So that, like I said, my bad. Sorry about that. I don't like giving out wrong information. So I had a chance to correct it. I wanted to correct it. But alrighty, people ask me sometimes, what's your favorite concert, because I'll be working on people, because I'm a massage therapist, and some clients like to talk, and if they know you go to a lot of concerts because you be talking, you just say, I go to a lot of concerts too, and this and that. Next thing you know, they're asking what's your favorite one. And I'd love them all, I try to rank them all at 10, but there's something little more special when it comes to Tool. My son is just learning about them, and even he said at the show, he was like, that is probably the best concert I've ever seen. And this kid is like, he's 20 years old, but he's seen Metallica, he's seen Judas Priest, he's seen Scorpions twice, he's seen Queensryche twice, we've seen Godsmack and Stained twice together, he's seen Nickelback, we've seen some big and small concerts. He's seen the Grassroots, and like he said, that's probably been his favorite one. Unbelievable show. We're going to go over the main suspects again here real quick. I might have gone over them in the last review because I just did a review from the second time when I seen them. This is the third time I've seen Tool, and I was definitely in ultimate concert mode for this, being that I'd been waiting 2 years for Tool to get their asses back here. And I want to almost break down in tears just thinking it's going to be another goddamn 2 years before they get back here again, which is an injustice to us here in Vegas. I know that he's going to be back. Maynard's going to be back with Perfect Circle in April at the festival, Sick New World, but that's not the same. Tool is not just Maynard. Tool is, the collective four. All four of these guys are great. You got Maynard, like I said, Maynard James Keenan. He's on the vocals. He is great. But Adam Jones is a top-notch guitarist. He is fucking awesome. Goddamn, he's awesome to watch. And then you got Danny Carey on drums. And I mentioned those three first because they've been there since the first album. They were, creating a band, Adam and Maynard pretty much created it. They got Danny finally to agree to be the drummer. And then in 1995, because Tool came out in 1990, released the first album, I think in 91, 92, from LA. But then they ended up picking up Justin Chancellor on bass in 95 to replace the original bassist. And I'll tell you what, Justin is a badass bass guitarist. He can play. I think they picked him up in late 94 and then released an album, I think, in 95. I don't know, but mid-90s, Justin has been with the band since then. So it's pretty much just been those four the whole time besides the first bassist. So there's only been, they don't have a whole big turnover of band members, which is cool. I like that a lot. And these guys seem to be getting better with age. And, like I said, I love all the concerts I go to. There's not one that I didn't really love. You know what I mean? I'm dead serious. I love just being able to jam out for a little while and just forget about all the other crap in the world and just not even worry about stuff. And then, but like I said, Tool is just the live performance they put on, the background set, the way it flows with the music and stuff. And you can tell, the crowd, the Tool fans are different than just regular rock fans. Because Tool, you just don't listen with your ears. You listen with your mind. It's not just rock stuff. It's a little more common. It's like a little bit of science with math, a lot of emotions. It is when you write down the lyrics, it's pretty cool. And they're definitely a unique band, and I hope they keep doing what they do for a while. They said they have enough material to put out a new album. Do it. What are we waiting for? We're not getting any younger. Let's do it and then start another North American tour. Because this Vegas date was the last day of the North American tour before they go overseas for a couple months. So it's like, damn, at least we got to see him, though. So we got the Vegas date in there, which is so cool because I love seeing Tool. They rock T-Mobile, and T-Mobile probably makes a good amount of money from Tool between merchandise stuff that I'm sure they get a little bit of, the drink sales, and plus they know it's going to be pretty much a sellout as far as attendance goes. So let's get into the set list. First song out, and this is the first song that they've played the 3 times I've seen them live. They always start off with Fear Inoculum. It's a 10-minute and 21-second song. I'm going to go over some of the times of these songs because Tool only played 10 songs, but there's a reason why they only did 10 songs because they have a lot of songs that are going to be long. So that's why I'm kind of mentioning the times this time around on these. In this set list. I might not do that a whole lot on other set lists, but I will do that because I want you to understand how long some of these songs are. They're not just like concert long. This is how long they are on a studio album. So after he does after they do the first tune, Maynard comes up and he's like, all right, and he's like, hey, Vegas. And of course, the cheer is not as big as what he wants at first, so he's like, that sounds like Reno. So that pissed a lot of us off to where he said, all right, fix it, Vegas. And then, of course, the big roar of 20,000 Vegas Tool fans, just raw. And I know there were some tourists in there, but they're in Vegas, so they're Vegas right now. Raw. And the crowd just getting crazy. And he's like, that's better, but work on it. That's Maynard for you. And then he was proceed to say, look, I'm sick. It's literally come out of both ends, but because you're Vegas, I did what I had to do to get out here and stuff like that. So whatever he had to do, probably some extra medicine. And then, he's like, all right, man, let's go do this. Let's go. The medicine's only gonna be good for so long. Let's rock and roll. And also, Tool, they do this pretty much every time. They want you to have your phones put up. They want you to be engaged with them and being locked in for the musical journey, the musical trip, from what Maynard said. He's used both those words, journey and trip, in his, he said, we're going to take a musical journey. And it was awesome. And he was very correct. It was a definite musical trip and a journey. And he wants you to be locked in. Turn off the damn cell phone. He even said, turn off your fucking phones. He goes, we'll throw you out. He said that just like that. I'm cool with that. But he always, at the very last song, he always says, all right, go ahead and take out your phones now and start fucking filming. or like the second time I seen him, he's like, why didn't you guys get your phones out? Because you told us we couldn't have them out, dickhead. All right, and then he kind of wraps up the announcements. And then they started with the song Zombie, about 7.5 minutes long. It's a badass tune from the album 10,000 Days. I love it. It's a good tune. And like I said, all the background effects that they have. And Maynard doesn't really stand out front. He likes to stand towards the back, towards the drums on like a riser. And he'll duck down in the shadows. You won't even see him. You'll be like, where'd he go? He'll be gone for a little bit whenever there's like just a little jam going on. So then third song was Rosetta Stoned. 11 minutes and 11 seconds. And they say there's certain times of these songs that Tool has down that pretty much there's meanings behind them and stuff. Like I said, it's a very complex and a very smart band. Very in tune with what they're doing, and I love it. Fourth song in was called Numa, almost 12 minutes long. And then you had a song called Descending, over 13.5 minutes long. Badass tune there. I mean, all these tunes are awesome right here. Another tune called Schism, about 6 minutes, 46 seconds. So I'm, getting closer to just 7 minutes. Shortest song so far. Then they pretty much stop. They go off the stage. 12-minute intermission, which is cool. I like how they do this because you don't have to be like, when they going back on stage? You know when they're coming back on stage because they have a countdown, and it counts down from 12 minutes. They've done this every time I've seen them, and I love it. So it pretty much gets you a chance, like, hey, you got 12 minutes to go get a piss, go get a drink. If you're going to run outside. There was people that... there's a couple of people that I met outside the smoking section because there was an opening band, but I don't know who it was. So my son watched them because he didn't want to go outside to the smoking section. I was outside. I don't smoke cigarettes, but they have an outdoor smoking section, and some herb was smuggled in, and I enjoyed it. Looking off it like overlooks parts of the Strip in Vegas as you're sitting there chilling outside there. So it's kind of cool. I mean, it was a nice night. I was in shorts. I had a different Tool shirt on at the time, the one that I wore for the review last time. So, like I said, it was a nice night. I'm out there and I'm talking to people because I didn't go inside for the opening band. I had no interest in seeing any opener. I'd waited 2 years for Tool. Unless it was a band I knew, I didn't care. I didn't know this band, so I didn't care about the opener this time. Sorry, I know I usually don't do that. I always kind of sit and watch the opener, but I was outside enjoying a nice night, getting my brain ready for the show, because I was there for Tool, did not give a shit about another band. No offense to them, no offense, but it wasn't about you. So right after the intermission, Danny Carey does this thing called Chocolate Chip Trip, where it's just pretty much him messing around, playing around with a bunch of various instruments on the percussions and drums and stuff. So it's pretty cool the way he does it, especially when you see it live. When you hear it on the studio album, you're like, okay. But we had real good seats. We weren't on the floor, but we were in the first bowl, and we were right off, like, you had the side section right off to the side. We were the next one over. So we were like, it was really good seats. So you can see what Danny Carey was doing and different things that he's hitting, and it was really cool to see that up closer than when I was, because I was pretty close last time. First time I was a little farther back. They still sounded great, but I didn't see him as well. Second time got to see him pretty good. This time got to see him even a little bit better. So, and then the next song they do is Calling Voices, a little bit over 10 minutes long. And this is where they rain down the confetti type stuff for the Golden Knights that I explained in the last review, and the strips for the Fear Inoculum album cover. This time, I didn't worry about pulling any of them out of the air, honestly. I was so mentally and physically focused on the song and just the whole background of what the screens were doing at the time and everything. Very visual show, and I was just in tune with it and just doing my jamming. I did not care about the confetti and stuff that was falling down this time. The silver and gold flakes, confetti flakes, silvers, metallic flakes, whatever they're called. And so I just, I didn't care. I was having a good time doing my thing. And like I said, you just don't listen to Tool with your ears. You gotta if you can get your brain and your ears in tune with it all at the same time, and not just you listening to it with your ears, it's the most amazing experience. Dead serious. And the ninth song in was called Invincible, which is, 12 minutes, 45 seconds. So you're, getting close to the 13 minutes for that song too. And then Stink Fist. Studio version of Stink Fist, a little bit over 5 minutes. Now, though, they did do like a little extended bit right in the middle of Stink Fist. So it made it, I don't know, probably another 2 minutes, I'd say. So probably around 7 minutes, I'd say. And that's how they finish the show. They don't go off stage and come back on and do an encore. They do like a long first set, a mini second set. They play for over an hour and a half total easily, I'm sure, if I figure it all up. Probably easily over an hour and a half. Probably close to an hour and 45. And just it's fabulous. I love it so much. Frustrated that I gotta wait probably another 2 years before I see Tool again. Like I said, I'm probably gonna get to go see Perfect Circle. As far as I know, I'm going to a Sick New World, but Perfect Circle's not the same as Tool for me. Perfect Circle, I do like them. Looking forward to seeing them live, but with Tool, it's not just a concert. It's like a huge event. You know what I mean? It's not just a rock show. There's something more special to it, and I'm glad I got to go. Finished up the North American tour in Vegas, and I got to go and see it along with almost 20,000 people. So. And I doubt there was probably not one of us that would say it was a bad show. I absolutely loved it. Oh, man. If you haven't had a chance to see Tool, the next time they do a North American tour, I suggest you go find the closest city to you. Figure every 2 years they come out here to Vegas in January or February 2026. Make it January, not February. January 2026. I hope is when we get to see him. We can do January 2025, July 2024. That's very fine with me. If they came every 6 months, I'm going every 6 months. And I do not care if they pretty much did the same songs all the time. Of course, I'd like to mix up a couple here and there because they do have a bunch of other great tunes too. But that set list was every tune. I love every tune on there. I really do. And I don't have really a wish list because it's kind of all the same tour, just they've had to do it separately, mainly because the first part because of COVID, and then another part is just because they're just touring the album more. And like I said, I have no problem with them playing a lot of the newer album. They played 5 of the 6 really long tunes off the newest album, Fear Inoculum. So, and then they played a sixth Fear Inoculum tune, but it was the shorter where it's like Danny Carey, Danny Carey doing his thing. So, but I'm gonna go and get off here, man. You all have a good rest of your day. It's actually raining here in Vegas today, which is crazy. The reason why this video is getting out a little late is because I had to go to the doctor today. Nothing's wrong, just routine type stuff. So everything's all good. Don't worry. Me and the magic lamp here. You got the magic lamp, the smiley face. I got the two Anguses out here just jamming. I don't have any Tool Funko Pops, but I would like to get some if they make them. I don't think I haven't seen them, but maybe that's something in the future. I'm going to get out of here. Remember, we still got a lot more rockin' to do, bitch. I got a lot more concerts to review. I got a lot more concerts to go to. Ended up going to 3 this past weekend. Friday was Great White. Saturday was Night Ranger and Stephen Pearcy. And then Sunday was Tool. So, a little worn out, but I'll be fine. Had softball 3 games last night. So we rocked it best we could. Lost in a championship, damn it. Party down. Night, night. Keep that butthole tight. You lots of blue.